Building collapse site in George is officially in the hands of the South African Police Service and the Labour Department. Rescue teams spent 260 hours searching for survivors and retrieving bodies after a multi-storey building caved in last Monday. Newzroom Afrika's Sipha Kema joins us now from George, where she's been stationed from day one of this building collapse. Where are we now in terms of recent developments, especially in light of this case now growing legs with these other departments having been roped in, Sipha?
Well, Masichaba, as you said, that the South African Police Services have officially taken over matters here at the George collapse site. But of course, we had shown previously that the area has been barricaded and closed off because it is still a crime scene. Even though last week, or for the most part of almost 2 weeks, we'd seen red tapes closing off the street so no cars could go. But now traffic is flowing, cars are moving on Victoria Street. And as you can hear that sound, that's the sound of an engine from the trucks that were actually collecting the rubble. They're moving off now, and also the machinery, the earth machinery that I'm sitting on top of right now is also expected to start making its way back to Cape Town. But now also then, Masichaba, I just want to go through just some of what the operations team found on the ground that is going to be assisting in the investigations going forward. So the difference between the approximate people on site and the official number confirmed, there's been a bit of a gap there, because initially started off with the 69, and then it came to 75, and then 81. But the reason for that is that, one, they found that some of the names on the contractors list were actually duplicated. And second part, official investigation by SAPS confirmed that some of those on the contractors list on the work site were not there on the day of incident. And then there's the third one, where on the CCTV footage, it clearly sees, or shows rather, after the collapse of the building, those who were able to get out from the rubble got out and started running, and they never came back to confirm that they're still alive and they managed to get out. So those were the issues regarding the numbers. So 62 were confirmed to have been on site on that day, Masichaba. So now it's all about really waiting and looking at how justice will unfold. It's all about justice and accountability at this stage. Now, South African Police Services will hand over, once they're done with their investigation, to the Department of Labour to start with their formal investigation, looking at the labour practices and processes of the various companies that were involved here.
All right, with every passing day, Sipha, I have more and more questions. As you've indicated, one of the just greatest and most bizarre and unfortunate realities is that the contractors were not there on the day of the incident. Do we know where they are now?
Well, some of the contractors we don't, but we do know that the contractor or developer on the construction site, Leotel, has been cooperating with all the departments, with the South African Police Services from day one. In fact, some of their representatives were actually on the scene from Monday, and also part of the teams that were assisting with the search and rescue efforts. Now, also, Masichaba, talking about the search and rescue efforts, we've seen the hard work that has been done here on the ground by the rescuers. We've seen how much effort they've put in, working around the clock, and in most cases, some of them not even sleeping. So we're going to talk to those rescue teams, Masichaba, later on in the day, just to talk about the work that they've done here. And of course, it's also affected them, as we've seen over the time, because it has been traumatic. Also, the weight of having people's hands on your shoulder has been a really big job for them. So we will be talking to them earlier on and just find out from them regarding the work that they've done here. We know that the first 48 hours on the site were quite critical in finding survivors, and the work that they put in and the many survivors that they found within those 48 hours was really amazing work to witness and watch.
All right. Thank you so much, Sipha. Sipha Kema is our reporter there for Newzroom Afrika, who's reporting from George at the site of the building collapse.